Alright, here we are. The last member of the Gatewatch. Gideon Jura, the invulnerable strategist, started life as the brash Gideon Jura of Theros. Born to a poor family, he worked with a group known as the Irregulars, and they were petty thieves who stole for their families. One day, Gideon was arrested and sentenced to 10 years in an Akroan prison. Ooh, brutal. While jailed at the age of 13, no one expected him to be as strong as he was. Hell, he knocked out a grown man using this weird invulnerability Gideon had. After Gideon knocked out a man known as Drasus and all of his men, he was brought before the warden, Hixus. Hixus offered Gideon his freedom in exchange for killing him. Gideon refused, and Hixus offered to teach him to use his full power, Hieromancy, the magic of laws. Gideon protested, but he was forced to do it anyway. For 4 years, Hixus would put keys on a table in the gymnasium, and Gideon charged for them, only to be ensnared in chains that Hixus had channeled. After 4 years of this, something happened. Harpies attacked Theros, and in exchange for defending the polis, Gideon would be offered his freedom. Gideon, with the help of irregulars, killed 3 Cyclopses and earned his freedom. While celebrating his release, he was met by the god of the sun himself, Heliod, offering to make him his champion if he dealt with an ordeal. A titan of Erebos was loose and heading towards Theros. Heliod offered a beautiful spear, and Gideon accepted. The story then cuts to the middle of the fight, with the titan and Gideon on the run, when suddenly he is struck by the titan's mace. Minor damage for once. It is then he calls on his irregulars, and he has them restrain the titan's right arm with grappling hooks, and Gideon using his magic to make the titan hit himself in the back with his own mace as Gideon drove his spear into its chest. As soon as Gideon reclaimed his spear, Erebos appeared. In a moment of pure bravado, Gideon threw the spear at Erebos, but using his whip, Erebos redirected the spear right back at Gideon. All of the irregulars got behind Gideon, and he used his invulnerability. There was a flash of light, and when Gideon focused his vision, he saw that he had sustained no damage, but all of his friends were dead as a result to him using the invulnerability. Gideon blamed himself for their deaths as he threw the spear, and he began to fall to grief, but not before planeswalking to Naya. There he was found by a knight riding a lion. They asked him his name, and the knight mispronounced Gideon Jura as Gideon Jura. Gideon was so thrown by the tranquility of the plain that he accepted it as his name, and he realized his ordeal had only just begun. Alright, finally, some Greek myth storytelling to examine here. Yes, Gideon's story at large reads like a Greek myth, seeing as he is essentially from Sparta, Theros' version of Theros. He does a great deed of importance, saving a whole polis, and he is asked by a god to undergo an ordeal, which is where Gideon fucked up, because most Greek myths are based around ordeals, and you can't say they aren't because some of the most famous epics are in fact ordeals. Hercules, Odysseus, Theseus, Perseus, Jason, the list goes on from there. If all of those stories were real, I can guarantee the person who did undergo those would be traumatized as all hell. There is one other thing I'd like to point out here. Usually in Greek myths, the greatest sin that any protagonist can commit is arrogance. Yes, believing that you are superior to any god or equal. Hubris would be the correct term. Inexplicably common and always punished horribly. Niobe, she killed her son because she wanted to be worshipped like a goddess, and she was turned into a weeping stone. And of course, we also have the tale of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun with wax wings. Arachne claimed to spin web better than Athena herself, and she was turned into a spider for this. Yeah, throwing the spear at a god in an attempt to punish him will usually get you killed. There's nothing new there. Yes, the whole story is soaked in Greek myth, but we do have some other things to examine here, and it's Gideon's own idiocy. We all know how indestructible works. It means it can't be destroyed. Now, if only one thing has indestructible, Only one thing can be saved from destruction, not everything else. I don't know why Gideon thought putting all of the irregulars behind him was a good idea to begin with, especially after that scene in the Avengers where Mjolnir connects with Cap's shield. That itself leads into Gideon and Gideon's main problem. Gideon is a child who can't lead, Gideon is a leader and a team tactician who can't strategize. Gideon's strategy is usually the same thing every time. Charge! In Magic, usually if you charge, you may as well be running your head into a brick wall. But still, it's okay because Gideon can take it because he's invulnerable. But without that one thing, what is Gideon? One man with many allies. The exact thing White idealizes. Gideon still means well no matter where his exploits take him, but it's that same idealism that will always get him into trouble. But fill in the blank. He's invulnerable. Like it or not, Gideon is an interesting character. From here to now, an idiot, but still, he's trying, which is credit enough. My name's Trapixium, and may the Lotus watch over you. Thank you guys so much for watching. There it is, all of Magic Origins, from Liliana, thanks Sickly, all the way to Gideon. Alright guys, tell me what block you guys want next in the comments, or if you guys want me to decide, feel free to let me know. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We just recently got a Discord, so feel free to join that. With that being said, guys, have a good rest of the day.